Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and we have no idea if this is going to be a good game at all, because this is one of those live replays here on Via 3 Protectorate between my friend Kai Draken and Off Kilter. Recently, they left our chat lobby to play this game. I guess they were tired of listening to us babbling. In the bottom right corner, we have Off Kilter going traditional red, most of random UEF. And random as Aeon, we have Kai Draken going first land as the pink Aeon. And you see the scenic position of this base. Just that nice Aeon thing. It's like a little thing where you can make sure that you get underneath so that the rain does not rain on you. But it's awesome. Engineer heading away from the scene. So we got first land, second land from Kai and from Off Kilter. We have first land as of yet has not queued up a second factory. We'll see what his plans are. Kai moving over here, yeah, so we can do a no-walk build for the rest of that. Little plan. Off Kilter getting some of his mexes. There's no early hydro on. There's no hydro at all on this map. See what the reclaim figure is looking like. We got about 100, and we've got about almost 200. So not much in it. A little bit more manual reclaim from Kai, but a little bit more build power into whatever else you're going to be building with that reclaim for Off Kilter, so it's kind of a wash. Quick check back, we got 400 to 375, so not much in it still. We've got, we got Off Kilter queuing that up. We got more queued up, and we have factories going on here. Those are all adjacent. That just looks like it's not touching, I think. So we're going to see some land factories over there. We got some land factories going down over here for Kai. We have Spirit. We have land factories over here. So we'll see what they do. Not much going on right now. I think this is a build template for Kai. I've seen this multiple times. That is 11 power generators. And he's got his rings, and he's got his extra. A lot more factories going down around the core base area, getting those up faster for Kai. Maybe that's going to be earlier spam, and maybe that will give him more map control as the game progresses. We have Spirits and Auroras, but we have Strikers moving down in range. And they are able to take out all of that build capacity. Now that is definitely punishing. He did get that factory up, so he will be able to recover fairly rapidly. But still, I mean, you lost 3 engineers. That ain't what you're going for. We have Off Kilter already set up on both ends and starting to push out with the Strikers. Assembling a decent amount here. We got a Lobo. We have Aurora with Spirit Escort. No eyes. And no eyes. So both players still flying a little bit blind here. There's some radar coverage just a little bit here. But this does not go very far. No. We got Off Kilter sending out the scouts. The Strikers coming in on these units here. Able to get that. This is kind of a sweep, but doesn't really find anything over here. This sweep clears this out yet again. And starts pushing down into here, taking down some of these Auroras. The Strikers probably going to be able to get this Master Striker, but they should be cleaned up pretty easily. We're seeing Off Kilter, an emerging pattern here in a lot of these games. Off Kilter tends to build a little bit more spam early, gets Kai on the back foot. Maybe he'll be able to get the land control to build the eco lead that he tends to build. We do have 43 to 24, so in this one, Kai holding back a little bit, maybe sacrificing the land control that he hasn't really capitalized on, but allowing himself to build up that eco, and then the eco kind of catches up there. I don't think this is really real. About 45. It says like 60, 61. Alright, for Off Kilter we have 8 T2 mixes. For Kai we have 5 T2 mixes. So 66, 64. Not much in it. Not much in it. Even with a land control disadvantage. Aurora's laying down some hurt on those. Yeah, those are strikers. Laying down some hurt on those strikers. Moving down in here. Gonna do some damage. Gonna be able to clear this stuff out here. We do have an airdrop for the chariot to get some mirroring up in this position and get those mexes. Still all T1 mexes. You'll probably see this force merging with this force here. Can definitely be some work done. A lot of spirits. He's got more scout coverage with the Aurora, which is very important to be able to utilize there at long range. We've got the scouts. We've got this. I like to see this move forward a little bit, but we'll see what he's got there. Yeah, that's just a scout. So we could see that. We see these guys moving down here. The spam for Kai is definitely starting to come into play here as the game progresses. But there's a little bit of a lull here. Maybe we start to see. We usually see on this map. We see like a factory here, a factory here, a factory here, a factory here, to just send some engineers out to get all this reclaim. You can't really see it on the reclaim window, but there's quite a bit of rocks out here. Quite a bit of it's just trees, rocks. I think there's mass in those trees. We got a little bit of kiting going on here. Yeah, we're seeing the kiting for advantage to Kai. He's definitely putting down more hurt onto these strikers than he is receiving in return. Just that one fight. We do have Mongeese, though, coming out for off-kilter, which will offset the range. Yeah, we got earlier RAS. We got a 12-minute, 13-minute RAS off-kilter. See these? I'm going to start taking fire. So they get, yeah. While they do have more range, they come in close enough that they are just murdered. We have unable to really use his range over here. Let's do a little split here. We get the rest of that on that other side. It's not much going down on the right side, but over on the right main window, but on the left you see off kilter, I think. Yeah, then he's got the monkeys still. He's managed to kite these away. He's able. No, he's getting in too close. Yeah, taking too much fire from the Auroras. But some of these monkeys are able to. Yeah, he's getting up his harassment here. He's got the scout. Ooh, Janice. Very strong. Very strong. See a drop? Come on, bombs. So I wonder what that target is going to be. Gets too far up here, he's going to get taken up by those interceptors. Not a lot of damage from him. I don't think I saw a drop off of that guy at all. But Kai definitely got the numbers at this point with the T1, but the problem is he does not as of yet have the T2. He's got a nice, pretty little reclaim area going on over here. We got an T2. No. 2 T1 factories. Yeah, no T2. Okay, and the longer that game goes on, the worse it's going to be for him, because these Mongeese definitely outrange those Auroras, definitely laying down the hurt. Control of this reclaim field. It's not a gigantic one, but it's not a small one neither, and there are engineers headed up in through here to grab some of that. Right now, I see the situation. It's off-kilter sitting at around 9k, Kai sitting at around 12, so about a third more reclaim for Kai than for off-kilter, but he should be able to catch up a good 500-600 here, I'm thinking, or more, maybe 1,000. Here we go. We got the Mongeese in here laying waste to these factories. Yeah, so this is going to be going down pretty shortly. We need those juice up in here and get the short-range DPS on those structures. Take that down a little faster. We got pillars escorting the Mongeese here. And we have a considerable reclaim field over here. We have engineers on the case, sucking that stuff down. The problem is, Kai does have 13.5 and 11.5. He still has more reclaim, but there's a lot of reclaim for off-kilter. And he is slowly sucking that down. He does have the land. Yeah, he does have, well, he's got about exactly the same eco as Kai, but he's just got more reclaim potential. Kai has more troops on the ground, but they are still all Auroras here. Yeah. We do have T3 land. I must have skipped obsidians, stuff like that. I just don't see any. So we should see Harbingers coming out soon. What's coming out of his? Yeah, idle factory. That is a strat. Yeah. So we have T3 air from Off Kilter. Missed it. Did not see a lot of T2. Did not see a lot of T1. Wasn't really expecting this, but he does have RAS. Wait. Kai is getting A. Kai will have ARAS soon. But this strat is coming through. It looks like he's not interested in stopping this. It looks like I've also caught up to 5 minutes ago. I think he's going to be able to get this, though. Strat's going to come through here. Commander's still on an upgrade. He's going to get that one more pass off, but if he can get one more pass after this, that's going to be it for Kai. Is Kai really going to hold out for this? That strat. Can that strat come back and finish him? Is he just going to sit here and take it? So if that strat gets a bomb away and he does not finish upgrading, this is it for Kai. Everybody's gone off map. The strat's going to come back soon. Shielded. Yep, that shield will stop that one last bomb. That shield will stop 2 bombs, actually, because the first bomb's still alive. Strat comes back. Is there another strat? That's the question. And where did all those interceptors go? They're all off map, but I don't remember where they went. The whole rest of the game kind of grinded to a halt, as Kai does have the land advantage. He's got the ARAS. He's got almost enough. That shield's got one more pass in it. It's interceptors there. They check out that strat. So we have shield on the commander. We have ARAS. He's able to survive. Almost thought he was going to go down there in like a really silly way. We have pillars versus... there are the obsidians. Okay, so I just missed that entirely. These obsidians marching in through here. Wow. Yeah, just... There we go. That's the problem. It's like, well, you may have obsidians right here. There is T3 air on the field. Taking it out. Is this T3 air going to continue on its path? Those obsidians are going to be able to clean that up without any... barring any interference. Ambassador coming through here. Is he at least going to get some drops off? No? Where is he headed? He's on eco-destruction mission. So the earlier T3 air, we do have almost T3 air for Kai. With ARAS, he is going to be able to support a significant amount of air production. We have Strat running around, trying to take out what he can. There's a few massive stretches here and there. Percival's for Off Kilter, starting to enter the field. I don't see any Harbingers yet. Easy to identify. There's not a lot of Aeon bots. Yep. Yeah, just taking out T2 mexes here and there, here and there, here and there. He's definitely putting the hurt on. He's already taken about 3-4K worth of mass. Little hover bomb action there. We have Swift Winds on the case though, so this guy's not going to get too much further. Is he just going to retreat and try not to give the mass wreck? T2 done, the collapsing, and that. 1700 mass right there. We have Percival's heading on out versus these Obsidians, able to clean that up. There was a game hour stock they were talking about before where there was like hundreds of Obsidians and the Percivals just could not slice their way through them. So we may see that again today, or we may see a play for Harbingers. Harbingers not as good versus Percivals because they're significantly lighter on the mass, on the HP, and on the damage. Percivals just, they're really good. Definitely one of the strongest. I think they are the strongest straight up just T3 to the face land unit in the game. Just little dude, just chilling. I mean, the other arm is just not messing around. It's just, I'm just all gun, man. Joining up with the rest of these forces over here. It's all Obsidians. This was Auroras that'd already be dead. Coming in on this stuff, but the kiting and the Percival's gonna make short work of that. There's a lot of Aurora in this mass up here, able to take down weak things like mass extractors, but I'm not sure that he's really going to be able to push down and push, because if this position, if you kill this, I mean, he's really light after that. This is like 4 T2 mexes. Is there any T3 mexes at this point for these guys? Not for Off-Kilter, but for Kai, we have a T3 mex over here. No, that's T1. So we don't have what looks to be any. No, I don't see any. But these strats are doing their work. Swiftwinds take that guy out before he's able to do any more damage. Little bit of that lull, as we've like gotten on the T3 stage. Maybe they just don't have the eco to really lay it down. Swiftwinds and Conservators trying to take out these wasps as they get away, but the Anglo-Saxon takes himself out of trouble. Not as good of a joke, but it's okay. Percivals laying the hurt on the Harbinger, but there are quite a few Harbingers here, able to get in on these guys and lay the hurt on back. But it's just, I mean, they're just whittling away that one guy, and they are just dying and dying and dying. So much more reclaim on these guys, but I think there's a lot of overkill action when you're talking about Percival's killing something. Yeah. 1-to-1, just getting wrecks. Just leaving mass wrecks. We do have engineers on site, little T2 wrecks, T1 land factory, able to pump out more engineers. He's going to be a good control of that reclaim factory. Let's see what the reclaim situation is right now. We got 30k for Kai and about 19 for Off-Kilter. So, interestingly enough, Off-Kilter less reclaim than Kai, but again, he's got more eco by quite a bit. He's been doing some good harassment with those tanks. And why am I going -9? God only knows, man. Hopefully I haven't been doing that for too long. We got Percivals shooting down these Obsidians. Yeah, it's getting late. It's getting late. It's probably going to be the last one of this for the night for me. We got Percivals against that Harbinger. I'm not sure how this is going to develop here. These look like they got to be reclaimed factories. Getting out an Air Force. He's got the T3, yeah. The T3 Air. We've got the Obsidians. We got Percivals in the mix as well as a strong presence of T2 here. There's still some strikers, but there's a fair amount of pillars in there as well. This is a mostly Aurora force. And, of course, that does not help, because that was an epic strat bomb. Killed, like, yeah, so many. Killed so many. Yeah. This force screwed. Pillars coming in. Strat bombers. The problem, I think, here is that this air superiority from Off-Kilter, his return to his roots as an air player, is definitely paying off for him here. Those strat bombers have been doing some serious work as far as eco damage goes, making the hurt be felt in hurt be felt in this thingamajigger. Well, here we go. We got Harbingers coming on down, but we do have Percivals up here. We get a little bit of a flanking action here. Need these guys to come in a little bit closer. We need the Harbingers to take control of this reclaim patch and reclaim it for Kai. He does have ARAS, so he's plentiful on power, so he can definitely afford to suck all this down and then upgrade those mexes and just get GCs and everything. Just the whole 9 yards. And I think we definitely need to see something like that out of Kai if we're going to see him coming back in this game. Well, it does look like he's technically ahead, maybe on like the unit count. It's just this Percival's on the field right now. I'm caught up yet again. Right, so back to +0. Bam. Laying down the hurt. Obsidian's going down left and right. There's a trickle in, and Percival's definitely able to handle him. Not taking any damage in retaliation, so it's just flawless victory. Aurora's obviously only take one shot. Take one shot from a lot of things. Coming on down here. Landed strats. Landed strategic interceptors. Definitely taking some fire. Kai. Aeon. I don't like Aeon. They can definitely be elegant and graceful, and they can be like, you get those harbingers can be really good, but they don't really. They don't really hold up. So it's a speed thing. Not Percival's. Pillars. Mongoose. Percival's taking up the rear. There's a few strikers in this group as well. The Aurora's coming in here. I would like to see these Auroras heading down. See what Kai's got for eyes. No radar in this area. Off kilter with decent radar. No ID on these units over here though. Surprised with this much power we don't have an Omni from somebody out here. It's just being able to see what's going on can be really helpful. Little battle in the pass. Superior AF forces. Yeah, definitely. Able to push through. There's not that much over here to stop him. I'm not sure what Kai's going to be able to really do on this. I have a feeling that Off Kilter is in a position where he's just being able to take this away. Interesting. So he's got plus 110 plus whatever. I don't understand what this is, because one of these numbers is lower than the other. Is that the mass? But his mass shouldn't be fluctuating by that much. What is he building? Yeah, we got GC. That's it. If he gets this GC up, maybe this GC will be able to save him. But what he needs to do is he needs to get these Harbingers on this reclaim. Yeah. We got the Harbingers sucking it down. But with these units moving on in here, it could be pretty rough for him. I mean, he could bring his ACU over. I don't think he's got range on his commander. He, of course, has overcharge right now. No overcharge for either of these guys. Overcharge would be clutch right now. Take out some of these units. It's not a lot of heavy hitters. I mean, there's 4 Percivals and mostly pillars. With range, he could do it. What is he at? 81%. Slowly climbing. If he can get this guy up, this will be able to stop this. But the problem is, I don't think he's going to be able to get this up. Especially as these guys are in amongst his engineers, taking down his engineering. It's going to be pretty damn close. 94. Taking damage. 95. It's all minor damage. This he can take. Takes down the power. Is Kai going to start off with power? No. Kai takes the commander. Is down. And the GC does not finish. So it's very close to the wire. Really sort of stuff. But Off Kilter manages to take it again. It's interesting. Early we saw the traditional pattern we see between these two guys where Off Kilter will have more spam early. and he'll have more map control. But this time Kai ecoed a little harder than he normally does. Maybe it's the Aeon. You know, like the weakness on the T3 stage. Burstables were doing work. Obsidians didn't really do a ton of work. Maybe there were positions where they could have, and this group up here didn't really come into play a lot. Maybe more radar coverage would have allowed him to see the weaknesses in off-kilter's defenses and allowed him to use his units like they were waiting, as if they were waiting, like these units were waiting, like maybe something was coming up this way, but there was nothing to come up this way, so maybe they could have come down, but he didn't know that because he didn't have the radar, and he had another large grouping over there. So there's a lot of units that weren't really doing a lot of work for a lot of the game, which probably hurt him, and obviously, you know, if he got this stuff up, that would have been awesome. So just a little bit short on that GC, and sometimes that's all it takes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have any nice replays, I would appreciate y'all sending me in. Thank you. Have a good day.